As an Adam Sandler fan, if you didn't watch his movies during childhood, you missed one of the greatest 90s comedies. However, all hope is not lost, as Sandler has shared a story idea for the iconic Happy Gilmore 2. And if it eventually gets produced, you can see Adam Sandler in action. Also, watch this video to learn about 5 Adam Sandler sequels everybody wants to see. First up, Adam Sandler stated he has ideas for the Happy Gilmore sequel. A Happy Gilmore 2 is a possibility that Adam Sandler hasn't completely dismissed, and he even has a plot idea in mind. The original film, first released in 1996, stars Sandler as the titular hockey player turned professional golfer who must learn to manage his fury as he competes to prevent the foreclosure of his grandmother's home. The comedy was released between 1998's The Waterboy and The Wedding Singer and 1995's Billy Madison, during the height of Adam Sandler's popularity in the 1990s. Even though a lot of Sandler's comedy from the 1990s is still well-liked today, in recent years he's been focusing more and more on dramatic films. In his most recent production, Netflix's Hustle, Sandler plays a down-on-his-luck basketball scout. He was well lauded for his leading role as an unethical jeweler in 2019's Uncut Gems. A recent Variety interview with Sandler to promote Hustle brought up the subject of his earlier comedy. He declared that The Waterboy sequel would be a heck of a lot of fun, but he also acknowledged that it would be challenging to develop a workable plot. But when it comes to the Happy Gilmore film, not only does a potential sequel appear feasible, but Sandler already has plot concepts. The comedic actor wondered, not knowing what the sequel would be about, wouldn't that be fun to do the senior tour of Happy Gilmore and hang out with all those guys and try to write a great script about Happy as an older guy and having to calm down his temper and all that stuff? So do you think Happy Gilmore 2 will ever happen? Although Sandler could have just been daydreaming, the fact that he has a possible plot in mind for a follow-up is a good hint that it might happen in the future. In contrast to the over-the-top man-child of the 1996 original, his proposed plot and Happy's more composed nature would be entertaining, and having Happy be a more subdued and experienced figure would appeal to Sandler's more recent dramatic skills, enabling him to approach the character more complexly than his first time in the role. While it's unknown which of Sandler's classic comedies will receive sequels,
I don't want to give it away. It was the butler. The butler did it.
Murder Mystery 2 is slated to premiere on Netflix in 2023 after one of his more recent films. As a result, Sandler is willing to showcase his comedic skills in follow-ups to his previous blockbusters while still receiving praise for his dramatic work. That's excellent news for those hoping for a Happy Gilmore sequel, since Sandler already has the basic structure of a story in his head. Next, let's discuss 5 Adam Sandler movie sequels that everybody wants to see. First on the list is Little Nicky. Despite being a rare and specialized subgenre, afterlife comedies like Beetlejuice can be incredibly inventive when done right, fusing gothic design with humorous surrealism. Little Nicky is a prime example of that, and despite receiving negative reviews when it was initially released in 2000, it has subsequently amassed a sizable cult following. This is how the Little Nicky movie script plays out. Nicky would spend the entire day headbanging to heavy metal music in his room in a perfect world. However, his mother is an angel, and his father is the devil. Like any good father, he pushes Nicky to engage in family business. Nicky could come up with 666 better things to do than destroy souls or spread evil, but when his father's control over Hades is endangered by his domineering elder brothers, it's up to unstable Nicky to make things right on Earth. Big Nicky is the creatively named sequel the fans want to see. Big Nicky has a lot of promise, as the original film ends with Nicky having a son, Zachariah, who possesses demonic abilities. Zachariah may also be a cute little demon with uncontrollable abilities, just like Jack Jack was the MVP of The Incredibles 2. Next is the Billy Madison movie. The first film with Sandler in the lead was Billy Madison, and like many other Sandler films, it grew in popularity over time and is now regarded as one of his greatest. The potential sequel to Billy Madison should occur in college, as everyone would want to see it. Billy Madison, a character portrayed by Adam Sandler in the film, is a mature man who struggles with reading and writing and is forced to retake his classes. Billy Madison 2 in College would be a terrific title for the movie. The movie's summary is funny. Billy Madison has always been a pampered rich boy who spends his days drinking and partying. He receives an ultimatum from his father, hotel billionaire Brian, who has had enough of his son's reckless behavior. Billy must repeat and pass every grade in 24 weeks because he passed all his classes due to his father's influence and bribery. If not, Eric, Brian's scheming partner, will take over the company. If a sequel occurs, it would be too similar to the iconic sequel Dumb and Dumber, which most moviegoers do not want to be reminded of. The Big Daddy movie comes up third on the list.
9 minutes to get there.
But I gotta go to the bathroom.
All right, let's go.
Fans of Adam Sandler desire a Big Daddy sequel from 1999. It may be called Bigger Daddy, and the Adam Sandler character is now a grandpa. A sequel might be successful in other ways, besides having Sonny make the same mistakes he did in the first film 20 years earlier. It might follow Julian experiencing the same issues as Sonny did over 20 years ago. The character of Sonny Koufax, played by Adam Sandler in the film Big Daddy, age 32, has lived his whole life dodging responsibilities. However, he must find a method to demonstrate maturity after his girlfriend leaves him in favor of an older man. To impress her, Sonny adopts 5-year-old Julian. She is unimpressed, and he is unable to return the child. In the film, Sandler delivered some of his finest visual jokes to date, including when he covered anything spilt, including milk and pee, with discarded newspaper. Sonny also taught Julian the worst behaviors anyone could teach a child. Therefore, seeing Julian educate his son on those bad habits could be funny. Next up, Jack and Jill. Even though he has often shown his talent as an actor, Sandler usually ends up in subpar films.
Wow, that's chile relleno. It looks like a knish.
Never had Mexican food.
Jack and Jill, in which he plays the title role, is his worst film. The film is now rated a dismal 3.3 on IMDb and 3% on Rotten Tomatoes, and critics aren't likely to change their opinions anytime soon. In the Jack and Jill movie, Thanksgiving is often a joyful occasion. Still, advertising executive Jack hates it since his twin sister Jill comes to visit every year. The only way for Jack and his sister to set things right after a bad start is to ask her to stay over Hanukkah. However, Jack could be compelled to make his sister's visit even longer when actor Al Pacino, who Jack badly needs to appear in a commercial, develops feelings for Jill. Despite this, everyone wants a Jack and Jill sequel and believes it should be sillier. Some fans speculate that Jack and Jill 2 will feature a long-lost third sibling played by Chris Rock. Rock frequently works with Sandler and has appeared in some of the actor's worst movies, such as The Week Of and Grown Ups 2. Nothing could be as bad as Jack and Jill 2 would be. Finally, the most anticipated Adam Sandler movie sequel everyone wants to see is You Don't Mess with the Zohan. When deciding which Sandler sequels to make, You Don't Mess with the Zohan is the one that most people look forward to. In addition to being the most action-packed and high-concept Sandler film to date, the original You Don't Mess with the Zohan also included the most outlandish comedy. In the film, a superhuman counter-terrorist pursues his goal of setting up a hair salon in America. Despite being Israel's first line of defense against terrorism in the movie, You Don't Mess with the Zohan crack commando Zohan Devere has just one dream: to work as a hairstylist in New York. Zohan escapes to New York City to pursue his aspirations after having the chance to stage his death during a struggle with his opponent, a terrorist known as the Phantom. The Phantom finds that he is still alive, though. As Zohan succeeds in his mission, the sequel's focus would likely be on him managing his hair shop, although it's conceivable that something from his past may cause him to reprise his prior assassin role. The sequel may be titled You Don't Mess with Scrappy Coco, since in the first film he adopts a new persona as a hairdresser. We have come to the end of this video. I'm sure you cannot wait for more updates to be announced about whether Adam Sandler will film the Happy Gilmore sequel. Are there any other Adam Sandler sequels you would like us to discuss here? Let us know in the comments section. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more content just like this. And thanks for watching.